What's up, guys? Today we are back drifting the VQ240. We are going to be going to a NEDCO event at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I'm super excited. I went to another drift event last weekend and I was able to take the car to the dyno. I now know that it's making the power it should be, and from the last drift event I know that it's definitely feeling faster than that did before. I'm really excited. I have about 2 other types of tires to play with, and I'm going to play with tire pressure, so hopefully I can get third gear to work because it's a little bit too long for what we're doing right now, and second gear tends to be a little bit too short. However, I am super excited to finally get to drive the car. After having some experience last week, it almost feels like a different car, if that makes sense, because before it made like 150 wheel, now it's making 190 wheel on a Mustang dyno, which does tend to read low, and that's pretty much what a normal 350Z or G35 would read, and that doesn't seem like much. That's like a 30% increase in horsepower, which is pretty exceptional, if you ask me. So I'm super excited. We're gonna be playing around with these other tires and air pressures, and hopefully third gear is able to work really well for us. However, you guys are gonna be the first to know if it doesn't, of course. So of course, make sure to stick around for the rest of the video so you guys can see exactly what happens. So I definitely saw a much bigger difference between the last drift event and this one. Even though the car was fixed to the last one, I was running it with way too much grip on the rear end. The rear tires I was running were way too grippy, and I was running a super low tire pressure. I don't know why I decided to do that, but the way it worked out was that I was pretty much stuck in second gear at the last event, and third gear pretty much did nothing for me because there was just way too much grip in the car. However, this last drift event, I aired those same tires up because they lasted so long to like 50 PSI, and they were super grippy and they just perfect. And then I switched to some other tires that were more of like an all season, and I was able to run them closer to 30, 35 PSI and get a good amount of grip. The car performed so well. I am so happy with it. It has just gotten so much better since we figured out that ECU issue that was causing it to be so down on power. Like, it kind of annoys me that I wasted all that time thinking that it was me who was just bad at driving and I couldn't drift it. I was like watching all these videos of people drifting like stock 350Zs and being so much more successful than I was. And then me just drifting this car that weighs 600 or 700 pounds less than a 350Z and not even being able to do the same things that they can. It felt so good to figure out that the car was actually broken. It's just so awesome that it's finally like a solid drift car and I can focus on improving my skills as opposed to the car being broken and thinking I'm just bad at driving. Not saying I'm good at driving, but thinking the problem was me and not the car. So third gear absolutely eats. There really isn't an issue with third gear being too long as I thought there was. It's almost the perfect gear because I'll get close to it, but I'll never hit rev limiter in it. And it's not like it prevents me from spinning the tires at low speeds because I can pretty much come from a dig in third gear, and it's not like it's gonna immediately go to like 7,000 RPM or 6,500 RPM, whatever red line is. But it'll keep the tires spinning if I do like a nice clutch kick on like that slower section in the back, and I can get the tires spinning up again. So I don't have to do any shifting because that never ended well, and I would miss a shift half the time and all of that. So the car is so good. I am so happy. I'm getting so much better at driving, I think, and I'm feeling so much more comfortable and confident in the car. We have a lot of cool stuff happening in the near future on the channel. So of course, make sure to look out for all of that, and I will see you guys in the next one.